Hello everyone, and welcome to the first of a mini-series of trader problems. Now, as you know, when we're trading, we're going through a lot of ups and downs because we're emotional beings. We like to think of ourselves as intellectual beings, but intellect doesn't really develop unless your emotions develop. So we're actually emotional first, and then we use our mind to reconcile the emotional states we're going through, which is actually the intellect that is being developed by the feelings that we go through. So while going through these mini-series, I've jotted down a bunch of points where in every little video we're going to take a look at the problem, and we're going to see how we can solve it with time price trading. And the reason I'm looking at it from time price trading only is because there are a lot of solutions out there from a lot of people, but over the years, since I started trading in 2005, I developed something that I felt was necessary for me, and I thought it's actually a necessity for many traders, is not just to know the price to trade, but know the good days to trade and know the good hours within that day to trade, and trade the price when time matches it. Okay, this is called time price, and if you're new to my YouTube channel, please watch my videos and you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about. Okay, so in this mini series though, the first problem we're going to take a look at. What is the first problem we're going to take a look at? Let's take a look at that first problem. Lack of a solid strategy. Now there are few things, first of all, let's reduce me all the way into there. All right, so lack of a solid strategy. Now this is really important. If you don't have a plan which is consistent and ongoing, which you've proven to yourself as being successful more often than not, then you're going to be trading instinctively, which is not a good idea at all. Okay, if you haven't discovered by now, you will if you do it. Okay, so don't do it. Okay, so the first thing you have to do is build a solid strategy. Now you have to understand that there are several technical analysis techniques out there, and not every technique fits everyone. Some techniques might suit you better, others won't, and so on. But you have to understand here that everybody is different. And just like our faces are different, the way we see the world, feel the world, and have opinions about the world is different. We cannot be the same. We're all different, and we have to be different. There is no equality in nature. So what I have to do, what all of us at an individual level has to do, really, is to take a look at life and learn what's out there that I can apply. And does that suit my approach, my understanding? Can I make sense of it? Okay. And the biggest obstacle to that is a structured framework of education. Now, we don't tell our children to watch YouTube channels or social media and learn things. We don't. We send them to school. Right? Because you understand that YouTube videos are not going to give you a structured approach. They can give you a lot of information. I'm sure you watched thousands of them, and I'm pretty sure you haven't made use of much of them. Okay, the reason for that is there's nothing taking you from one level to another level, like in school, right? You go to first grade, then second grade, then third grade. What are you doing? You got little chunks that you need to learn, and you're ramping it up according to that child's level of development. The same thing for anything you want to learn. You've got to chunk it, ramp it according to your capabilities. And this is why learning technical analysis methodologies is crucial. Otherwise, you've got nothing to measure what's going on in the market. And if you don't have an education, doesn't matter where you get it from. Okay, it's not the point. The point is you need one to structure your approach and the way you see the market. Okay, And if you do that, then you can get consistent, because inconsistency is going to create your dramas. Just like if you're inconsistent with your, I don't know, you want to exercise, lose weight, get healthy, all that kind of jazz, you know, what's out there anyway. And if you're not doing it consistently, you're not going to kind of, you know, like survive the process. So first you need education, then you need to apply it consistently. How you're going to do them is another matter, but lack of a solid strategy is the number one problem. Okay, so to solve it, get educated and build a consistent routine. Okay, and check that what you're applying has worked in the past, and also do forward testing. So I've got here no back testing, but I'd also like to say here, do forward testing under live market conditions. Check it out with a demo. Go in there. In fact, open a small real account. Once you set for yourself a certain strategy, step by step, like this is the first thing I do, second thing I do, third thing I do, then do it with a small account. See how it's going. Okay. If you haven't watched my video on, you know, 5 steps to time and price trading, go to my YouTube channel and you can look for it somewhere here. Here it is. 5 steps to time and price. In this channel also, if you go to the playlists, you can see all the previous days, the technical analysis videos I've got here as well. And I also have a weekly wrap section here, which is kind of like good for you to see how time and price is working, because we're calculating the swing days in advance, we're calculating the swing hours in advance, and then on my chart you'll see often the PST indicator here. This is the intraday chart, but you'll see it on a monthly, you'll see it on a weekly, you'll see it on a daily, and all of it has pricing on it. Okay, so we've got pricing, and you can see where we're kind of going with all this. All right, so understanding, you know, how you're going to look at the market all the time in a certain framework is really important. And this is why with time and price I've like cut it down into 5 steps. This is the first thing, the second thing, the third, fourth, fifth, and that's it. This is how we do things, and we don't do it any other way. And that's like an important way to look at it. So let's see how time and price trading together is going to get rid of our problem here, which is lack of a solid strategy. Now, first of all, let's say we're all educated, we've got a technical analysis approach. Okay, once we have that, how's timing going to impact us? Now, at the Global Trader Club, we do something that nobody else is doing, right? And hopefully, if I can open my page, this is going to be the members area. All right, so here we are. This is the members area. Now this is for the 31st of March to the 4th of April 2025. As you can see, I've got all the swing days for gold, euro, dollar, Bitcoin, SP 500, Dow Jones, Nasdaq, and I've got the swing days Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday are all here. And in fact, I've got the whole month of April all the way into the 2nd of May. You can see I've got them all here. Anyone can click in and go and see the future swing days of the market. So when we're trading, why are these swing days important? For example, today is Thursday and it's gold, right? Gold. I've got 1 day here for gold this week, and that's Thursday. Well, let's take a look. So I've got to keep Thursday in mind. Now let's do this. This is the whole week, right? So I'm just going to tighten this up a little bit here. All right, this is your Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Now, as you know, gold is going up and we're like in an upwards move, but I am expecting the market to retrace after a while to come back to the certain levels that we're talking about, and you can certainly read about them and see them, hear about them in the videos, right? So Thursday is a swing day. As you can see, I've got an arrow here. Why do I have an arrow pointing down? Well, because it's a swing day and the market is up. Do I have a price for this? Now on the monthly, as you can see, I've got 85.39. Now normally all of these levels have prices. For example, this is 73.70 and that's a price of 2,972. Okay, For this one, I don't have a price because it is an extreme level. So beyond 80, I think it's beyond 80, I said, you know what, I don't need prices because that's just too extreme anyway. But on the next version, I'm going to definitely put it on. Okay, so even if we are at extreme levels, we're going to have in the next version of the software, we'll have those levels pricing as well. And on the weekly, I don't have a price level here. As you can see, there's a breakout market going up, fine. And on the daily, today I've got this 83, which is 3,174. Now from the monthly, you can see that that level is 85.39. Okay, I don't have an 85.39 price here, but I can see on the PST indicator, can you see it? I'm not sure if you can see it. Let's see here. Here I can see the high that it made was 85.32. Okay, so I can see that, and let's put this back up here. All right, so having seen that, I can go to my smaller time frame and say, well, we want to sell the highs on a Thursday. This is a Thursday. So now I have to check, because Thursday is a swing day, right? So I want to go down, okay, because the market's been going up. So now I'm checking, okay, what hour of the day is it good to sell? What are the hours that I've got for Thursday? Well, let's check it out. So Thursday, now I've posted all of this, as you can see here, on the 22nd of March. All right, so that was that last month. And on Thursday, as you can see, I've got 5 a.m. I've got 12:50, and then I've got New York session coming here. Okay, so let's do this. That's your 5 o'clock there. Now you see the market did that monthly level, and I've put a line there, 3,167. Okay, there, which is pretty close to that daily PST level as well. And now, as you can see, I've got these levels here. So where did I get these levels from? Well, if I want to sell, obviously the first thing I want to know is how far am I going to go with this. And now I've got here on the PST level 64.66, which is giving me a price of 3,092.93.98. So this is why in this morning's video I said, guys, between 92.98 we've got a target. If you're going to sell it, you better be careful there. All right, because that's a target on the daily. So you want to take profit, manage the trade, and see where you're going. Now look, we've got a time to trade and a price we're going to get to. So let's take a look at 12.50. This is 12.50. Look, let's make this a little bigger, shall we? This is your 12.50. You can see here 12.45. It is a 15-minute chart. Okay, and then the market shoots down. This is the London pre-trade session, and then it goes down, and we are now in a New York pre-trade session. All right, so that's how it panned out, and as you can see, we're right in this zone here. Now the market made that target. Why is that important for me? Because first of all, I know how far I can go to. I don't have to stress. That's one thing. If I've got a price target level and I know where I'm going to manage the trade, that's wonderful. But that's just half of wonderful, because I'm thinking, well, can this go further? All right, so I've got these daily targets, but can we go further? If so, how far can I go? And if I do cover the trade, will this go any further? And on the weekly, where else can I go down to? So on the weekly, I can check the next level, which is 3,072. So I can put a target there as well. Now you can see I've got room to play around. Okay, but having come to that daily PST level, the targets of this breakout, you can see the market is already like giving us a buy reaction. Now if this was a good time to trade, I would close the position, because the market is going up. Despite the fact that it's Thursday and a swing day, we have come down, but we've come to PST levels. So now this would be a place to close the trade and, you know, let it go and see how it pans out in the later New York session. All right, so I hope that kind of makes sense to you. So having time and price on our side is not just making the trade more manageable, it's reducing the stress factor. Okay, because now you're sitting on top of your seat, on the edge of your seat, and you're thinking, well, you know, are we going to go down? Are we at the targets? What should we do? Well, you're at the targets already. You can cover the trade, take partial profit, put stop loss forward, or just get out and say, you know what, I'm going to wait for the next hours too. I've made a trade on this. I've come to the targets and it's all good. Let's close the trade. Let's wait for the next hours to trade. And you already know those next hours. So you don't have to muck around in front of the screen. All you have to do now is wait for 4:55 to 10 past 5. Now remember, the hours are UTC +3. Okay, because I don't live in London. I don't live in New York. I live in Turkey, on the southern coast of Turkey. All right, really nice town called Antalya. And you know, I used to live in Australia. I started trading in Australia, but Australia is like really bad for trading for hours. Okay, unless you're trading obviously Australian stocks, but if you're trading, you know, other things, it's a bit tricky. So for me, that's like late afternoon. Okay, and I can also say it's not the greatest of hours more often than not, but still, at the end of the day, I know what to look out for. So now we can plan the whole day, because it's only 2 p.m. now. I've got like 3 hours. I can go to the gym. I don't know, well, I got gym in the house actually, so I can go work out, or I can chill out. I can pick up a book and read something. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, if I know the time to trade, I'm not out there searching, sniffing, and forcing myself to trade. Also, if I know the hours, I can already plan ahead, because this thing is either going to go up for a sell or down for a buy. That's all it can do. If it comes down into 3072, that's already a weekly price level for me on 76, and if it matches a trading hour, the trend is going up, I will buy it. You see what I mean? There's no room to be like thinking twice about it. If time and price match, we're going in. Okay, and that's basically it. And here as well, it's a daily PST level. You know, you take profit and that's it basically. So building consistency with time is like, you know, a blessing, because you don't have to be stuck in front of the screen. And this actually, like I said, gets rid of a lot of stress and tension and all that kind of jazz too. And especially if your pricing is like accurate, you're going to be just loving it. Okay, like I said, you could do any kind of technical analysis you want. You could do this on anything. Let's take a look at SP 500. For example, this week I mentioned in the videos that SP 500 has a swing day Tuesday. Right, this is SP 500. It's got Tuesday and Thursday. And then I'm looking at Dow Jones and NASDAQ. They both have Monday. And indices more often than not go together, right? So I'm thinking, okay, this is Monday. And on Monday, the price isn't bad. This is a place where they bought before. We can actually buy SP 500. And check out the video for Monday. It should be on there in the daily technical analysis videos. So all you have to do is go in there. Let's do this, and that will give you, this is all March, so that should give you, let's see, Monday was the 31st of March. There you go. All right, so 31st of March, you can check that out. And if you check that video out, that should have a PST level for, it should have a PST level, if I'm not mistaken. Let's come to the 15-minute chart, and let's come to Monday. It should have a PST level which actually matched the low. Okay, Now let's take a look at Monday. So if I decide to go long, which I did say in the video as well, guys, let's go long on this one. And you could go long on NASDAQ and Dow Jones as well, because it's a natural swing day for them. But because indices like go together, let's do it. And so in New York, this is New York hours, right? So that's pre-trade session. This is the morning session starting there. And I've said here needs care until 6 o'clock. So until 6 o'clock, it's a little tricky, but these are the hours. So let's take a look. 425, 455, 525, 555. So 425 should be, this is 425, and 455 is on this bar, right? Because it's a 15-minute chart. So on this bar, you see it's already coming, and it's done that PST level. Check it out. I'm pretty sure it was an SP 500 PST level we had here. I think it was 5,490 or 5,500, something like that. Okay, so just check it out. And that was the, trading hour. In fact, I was doing a video, a mini course for demand and supply, and it was exactly NASDAQ happening then. And I said in the video, this is a good place to buy because time and price match here. Okay, so this is how it is. So now we've got 525. Let's put 525 in there, right? This is your 525 happening. And then I've got 555 is going to be on this bar. And I've got to take care until 6 o'clock, okay? And then I've said, if it finds direction, not funds direction, let me just fix my spelling as well. If it finds direction, okay, the best time to do anything is now. If it finds direction, it should continue to 2130 and possibly to 1130. So let's take a look at the market. We should continue to 930, 1130. This is 845, 915, 930. 11 o'clock there is 11:30 there. So as you can see, the market continuing into there and then sizzling down a little bit. Okay, you see what I mean? So by knowing the time and the price, you're already like, let's do it. And the same thing also for NASDAQ. Let's check out NASDAQ and Dow Jones, because for them it was a natural swing day. Monday was a natural swing day. So to use the hours on their natural swing day and go the other way, especially with all this chaos now with the tariffs, and Trump's always jumping up and down saying, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. It's like these little kids running around, and they think they rule the world. If they did rule the world, would we be able to really calculate these things? Of course not. All right, so this is your Monday. Market comes down nice and easy into a Monday, and then it goes up. Look where it goes up to. This is Wednesday. It goes exactly into, of course you can't see it there. Let me move my head around. Okay, so this is Dow Jones. Let me make this a little bigger, right? All right, so this is it. Now, Monday, that's your Monday, it's a swing day. So market going up all the way, where to? Where is it going up to? Let's take a look. I've got Monday for Dow Jones, and then I've got Thursday or Friday. And look at NASDAQ, I've got Wednesday, Friday. Okay, so I've got to look out for these days. But look, how can I match a time and a price? This is as high as it goes. It's a PST price yesterday. 51.12 yesterday was that level. If you watch yesterday's video, you will hear me say this is the price you can sell at. Was it a trading hour? Let's take a look at Thursday. Here's Thursday. So on Thursday I had 4:55. These are New York hours. Let's check them out. 4:55, 10 past 5, 7:40, 4:55, This is 455. Market going up here. And then what do I have? Let's take a look. 10 past, oh, so 4:55 to 10 past 5. So this was the first hours. And you can see the market breaking out along here. Did I just do that? There you go. Okay, going up into 740, 930, 740. This is your 730 bar. Okay, so market's going up, and then we've got 930. This is 930. Market retraces back right into the opening price, shoots up into the PST level. Then what happens? Then I've got, wait a minute, yesterday was Wednesday, today is Thursday, sorry about that. Let's do it until 3:45, because I sensed that this was earlier on. Yeah, because in the indices it was early. I don't trade NASDAQ, but you will see that this is 3:45 right there. Exactly my point. Okay, there you go, 3:45, right lows of New York, then shooting up. That's better. All right, 3:45. The next trade hours will be 6:15 to 6:45, not you. 6:15. This is your 6:15 to 6:45. Market breaks out, pull back into 6:45, shoots up, and then well, I got 9:20 to 11:30. I've got 9:20 right here. Boom. 11:30 is gonna be 11:30 is that bar, and the market crashes after it touches the PST level. Now, knowing this level is obviously important, right? Why? Because it's a weekly PST level, 48.92. That is a price of 42,553. 42,553 is here, and the high of that bar is 42,570. All right, so as you can see, they're like pretty close. If I make this a little larger, okay, so 42,553 is that second line. Let me get rid of that. Okay, that is it. Okay, and 70 was the highest it did, was right there. You see how close those lines are together? It's pretty much on top of each other. Okay, and then the market just booms down. Why? Because it's a PST weekly, and you need to be sensitive to PST weekly levels. On the daily as well, if you take a look yesterday, 51. This is why I had two lines there. One was the weekly, the other one was the daily. This is why I had two lines, and that was it. Sell right there. If you missed it, okay, this was the hour. You see at 11:30 the market just crashed down, and then 11:30 just continued. Obviously, this is like closing. There's no way I'm going to be around trading for those hours. But if you're in New York, right, and if you were trading this, you would say, wait a minute, man, we just hit the target on a daily and a weekly PST. Just get out, take your profit and go, right? And that's how this thing really pans out. Okay, so I hope this makes sense. Let's take a look at NASDAQ as well, and you'll see how working price and time together, it's just like beats everything. It gives you a really good correlation. It's also very, very good with you know, planning your day, planning your life. Look, this is NASDAQ. Time, price, this is it. Okay, the other one was Dow Jones. This is NASDAQ going up into those hours, crashing down, coming into PST levels. Check this out. You see the blue line there? These are your price targets. They're selling on the red line all the way into the blue line. And these are your pricing. Look, selling on the red, coming to the blue, and this is how you manage your pricing. Okay, and if you got timing with you, great, you know, end of story. Let's see how it's doing for today on Thursday. 1250. Oops. 1250. Where's 1250? Now remember, these are, like I said, 1250 is there. Okay, the market, boom, you see how that bar just comes down. Where is it falling off? The close off yesterday, and that is actually the low off yesterday as well. Okay, so the market's just selling off around there, and then you just have to make sure you're following it to targets, you're following it to your time. Take a look at Bitcoin. You can do this for anything, whatever, you know. If it's on your MetaTrader 4, if you're not trading on MetaTrader 4, you can just set it up on a demo account. It works just fine. Now this is Bitcoin. Now with Bitcoin, I've been saying, guys, we've got a PST weekly breakout and I don't like it. Also on the Bitcoin, look at the swing days for Bitcoin. I've got Friday, Saturday. You know what I mean? There's like really nothing swinging until these days. The only thing you can really decide on this is like the market is, you know, selling. So we're in a downwards kind of motion. This thing is probably going to go down, but I don't like to trade against the PST breakout. But if anybody did want to, look at where the market sold yesterday. You see the red dotted lines, they're all pricing. Anyone using the PST saw that these levels, if they get hit at a trade hour, that is where they're selling off. Knowing those levels also, even if you do not have time, you understand that's the top of the market. You understand this is your sell zone. Then that's it. And also your trading hours. You know, if you take a look at your trading hours, Wednesday 11:35. Did we have anything at 11:35? 11:35. This is 11:35. This is where the market starts to take off. Comes back into 3:45. 3:45 there, and then takes off from there into 6:15, 6:45, 9:20. 6:15. This, you see, this is your 6:15. This is your 6:45. 9:20 is there. And then the market rockets up to your PST levels in a big sell-off. Okay, so time and price, knowing how far you're going to go. If you bought here, you know you've got to be careful at price levels and timing levels. Okay, and if the market came back down into a time, that's to go up to the next time. If it goes up into a time, then you're looking to go down into the next time. Sometimes it will like go together, like it'll keep moving, but if it doesn't match a price, you don't trade. Remember, you're not just trading on time, you're trading with time and price together. So don't just look at the chart and say, oh, it's the right time to trade. Wait a minute, where is the price? Well, it's at the weekly pivot. Okay, all right, so if we want to go long off the weekly pivot, the time is right. Where should I put the stop loss? Well, obviously just under the weekly pivot, because if we've gone above it and we're pushing up at a trade hour, then you shouldn't be putting it like too far out. It shouldn't be too far out. And this will work with anything. The PST indicator will give you the hours. The PST indicator will give you the pricing. Okay. And all you have to do is look also here today, 53.01. Look where they sold. They sold right on the line, 53.01. It's a price of 85,659. So 85,659. There, 85,659. That is exactly where they sold off. Let me make this a little bigger for you. Not that big. All right, there. Okay, so market opens up and they just bang, sell it down. Okay, so the important thing here is time and price. Again, today 12.45. This is 12.45. See how the market just pushed down. If you're selling here, your stop loss is just going to be above that high there. Okay, depending on how far you want to take it down. How far can you take it down? 36. It's a price of 80,207. So 80,207. You're going to make it a target on the daily. Oops, let's just push this up. Can I push this up? Maybe not. Anyway, you get the drift. And if you want to take it for the longer term, you're going to have to see 39. That's 77,440. Okay, so you got levels in front of you on the daily. You can do it on a 4-hourly as well. Okay, see, this is the 4-hourly chart. And from here, if the market decides to break that, you see your first resistance, your first support is going to be that 82,705. So then 82,705 is going to be a level you're going to look out for. If this thing breaks 82,700, let's say. All right, so if this thing breaks, then you got more room to come down. So any retracement into a trading hour, you can sell back down. But without time and price, you don't have to do anything. So this whole idea of working with time and price will get rid of your consistency. All right, it'll give you a consistent approach. Like I said, just get educated, learn a technical analysis method that works for you, okay, and then match it to your timing, and it's bingo. So that's the first problem that we solved with time and price trading. Have a good day.